Hi everyone, here we are in the People's Pro Shop today, and we're going to talk about another aspect of shot game, which is putting. So we're going to talk about probably one of the most frustrating things in golf, and that is leaving a putt short. So this video will provide you with information so you can improve on that and create more consistency to better your scores. So what tends to happen is when people leave the putt short, it's down to a tentative putt, so they're heading towards the end of the round. They stop accelerating through impact, but this can happen to anyone at any given time. But if your problem is chronic, then it's a fault that needs addressed, so it's a problem that needs fixed. So what we're going to talk about is one of the aspects of it is grip pressure. So if you hold the club too tightly, your wrists won't be able to swing on the correct motion back and through, so the stroke, you can't complete a backswing. So from here, come down the line, it's almost a short backswing and a jerky follow through, and that's where your wrists come into the equation. So what you need to do is lighten the grip pressure. So just pretend you've got a pressure gauge, 1 being very light and 10 being very strong. So you don't want to hold the club any tighter than 5, so you want to hold it very, very light, as if you were holding a bird or a bar of soap. So what you need to try and feel like you're doing is, when you lighten your grip pressure, that will allow your forearms to go back and through naturally, instead of you trying to force the club back and through. So that will allow you to release the club properly as you come through impact, and you'll get better strikes out of the middle of the club, which will increase roll. So almost like this. It wasn't a putt that I was ever going to miss, but on any given day that could have been another outcome. So another thing we'll talk about is lifting your head, so peaking too soon when you have putts. So what tends to happen is people address the golf ball and they lift their head. So if you do that, then the chances are that you're going to push the golf ball or leave the putt short. So what tends to happen is, if you do lift your head, you will get that weak push shot to the right. This is down to the left shoulder lifting up, and you don't have a proper release, and the club face lags remaining open and the ball goes out to the right, or even short, or even make contact off the top of the ball and you're not getting that pure strike. So what you need to do is count when you hit the putt, keep your head down to 2 seconds after you've hit the putt, then lift your head. Here for the ball dropping. And another thing we're going to talk about is fear of going past the hole. So you've probably heard this fact before, but 100% of putts that are short never go in the hole. So that's why it's important to try and get the ball past the hole, because if you've got say a 40-foot putt and you leave it 20 foot short, you still can't determine the break of the putt. So if you get that 40-foot putt going past the hole, you can determine the break of the putt coming back on the follow-up putt. So, but I've got a drill for you to try. So what, obviously we've not got the facilities indoors, but what you need to do is, when you're practicing your putting, don't go for the hole, focus on a point a foot past the hole. We're not focusing on the hole itself. So what you're going to do is try and putt to that point a foot past the hole. Don't worry about the hole, but make sure when you're focusing on that point, you're accelerating all the way through, so the ball goes to that spot past the hole. But when you try that, make sure that spot is on the continuation line of the break, so the putt breaks the same all the way through. And give that a try, and you will increase the speed of your putts through impact. So there's 3 things that plague leaving putts short. So give that a try. Remember to consider grip pressure, lifting your head, and fear of going past hole. So if that's helpful to you, give it a try. And if you want to let me know your thoughts on the video, post a comment below, or subscribe to my channel at Gmail and Golf, or follow me on Twitter at Gmail and Golf. Thank you.